Hi folks, quick tutorial on how to fix the overexposed sky in your drone videos. I'm using a drone video that I shot a couple of weeks ago. It's shot on a Phantom 3 SE. It's recorded in 4K. I use a log profile, so the picture is quite flat, which allows me to do a lot of editing in post, but I didn't use ND filters, which was a mistake because it was quite a bright day and it was quite cloudy. So as you can see, the sky is already quite white. This technique I'm about to show you is very quick. It's not a silver bullet to repair all your footage. It's what's most important is getting everything as close as possible to correct in camera. So add an ND filter to your drone. If anything, your shot should be slightly underexposed, and then you can bring that brightness up in post and still capture all the details. If your shot is completely overexposed, your sensor is going to be saturated, and even if you bring that contrast or brightness down in post, the information is not going to be there. It's going to be lost. So I'm just going to use the opening 10-15 seconds of this little video. It's just like a takeoff of a drone. So go back to the start, hit I on my keyboard, that'll create an in point for my video. Scroll along to about 15-16 seconds. I'm going to hit O on my keyboard, that's going to create an output, so you can see this little section here is all I'm going to use. Click and drag this video only section, drag that video onto my timeline so I can see it here. So the first thing I would be doing if I was actually going to try and use this video, I would be going to effects. I would probably just look at a different look for the film, or maybe go to basic correction and stick a LUT on. So I'll use the RE Universal HD LUT. Nice and punchy, the blacks are nice and defined, the orange or the green of the hills has kind of come out a bit better, and the water has a really lovely deep dark blue. Nice cold looking video. It also has made the red on these boats jump out a bit more. Looks pretty good up to the horizon. Above the horizon here, the sky is totally blown out. It's very white, not great. If you scroll through, you see it's just basically a big white mess. You may want to do a few more color corrections on your video. I'm just going to apply this LUT for now because we're not really here to fix this bottom half of the video. So the first stage in repairing part of your video is to create another copy of your video. So what I'll do here is I'm going to scroll along to about the 12-second mark. I'm going to hit Command K on my keyboard, and that's going to cut. I'm just going to keep this little bit at the end so we can jump between the two nice and quickly. So on my section of video, I'm going to Command C. Over on the left here, I'm going to mark this video as my source for pasting in. Deselect video 1, so if I paste that, it's now going to go onto video 2. If you can't see this on the left here, it's probably this little guy, the insert and overwrite sequences as nests or individual clips. If you have that checked, it'll just paste over the top. Back to the start. So I've now got two exact copies of the same video over the top of each other, so they don't really make any difference unless I turn them both off. So I'm going to use this top video to do the corrections on. I'm going to completely forget about this bottom half of the video. I'm only looking to correct the sky in this top clip. I'm just going to hide the bottom clip down here, just keep the top clip visible. You can see when I copied the clip, it also copied the LUT that I'd used across. So first thing, it all went wrong when I used the LUT, so let's take the LUT off. A little bit more detail coming through in the sky now. Let's maybe bring those whites down a little bit, get a little bit more color in the sky. Let's drop the highlights a little bit, keep that out. Let's maybe drop the exposure a bit. For something like sky, the big thing, if there is some blue there, the main thing is like saturation. Let's just crank that all the way up. Let's see that nice blue sky. Get that to about there. Let's give that all we can. So you can really see the sky is super blue now. The rest of the shot doesn't look good. The saturation's kind of blown out the green in this hill. The water is quite nice looking actually, but it wouldn't fit the look of the video. So if we jump and hide that and show the first one, you can see that nice dark punchy, deep blue but blown out sky. And then with this one, kind of weird dull matte finish, but a bit of a blue sky. To bring the top video sky into the second video, into the bottom video, what we're going to have to do is in the effects tab, come across to opacity, and that's here. Click this little square, and what that's going to do is that's going to bring a mask in. So now our top video is only visible through this little square. So what you want to do is drag the corners of this outside of your frame, so you know you're going to cover your whole frame. You're just going to bring it up to the horizon, because that's the only bit we kind of want to edit out. And same over here. Just want to put it a little bit above your horizon. You can then come into it and use this little fountain pen tool and just drag it down. Just little fine adjustments. So you can see we've got a bit of a bluer sky and our bottom's still really nice and punchy. It doesn't look great, so what you're going to do is come back over to your effects panel and select Mask Feather, and you're just going to really crank that up, back up to like close to 200 or something. That's really going to soften the edge here. So you can see if I bring it back down, you get a very hard defined edge. If you bring it right back up to about 200, 210 for me, really, really soft. So now we've feathered our edges, we've kind of got our top video showing up here and our bottom video showing down here. So you come down, you click off that, you kind of start to see the video. Now we've got this little kind of hue, almost like a sunrisey thing down here, but now that we've got our first video masked in, we can start to play with it again. We might just want to just bring the exposure up a little to make it look a bit more realistic, a bit more like our bottom video. We could bring the temperature down slightly just to bring a bit more blue into it. Okay, it doesn't look exactly the same here. This is quite faded and it's not the same as this kind of dark kind of teal magenta that we've got down here, or sorry, magenta. This kind of dark teal sea that we've got here. But there is a bit of blue left, and compare it to later in the video where we have that real blown out white dramatic sky. You can just save this a bit. It does not look perfect. In some situations it doesn't even look realistic, but if your white blown out sky is kind of ruining your shot like this, you may just want to rescue it. I wouldn't recommend doing this for like a whole set of drone footage, because if you start moving this skyline in between frames, or if you move your horizon, it can look very unrealistic. If every single one of your clips is completely blown out, maybe reshoot the footage. But if it's just a couple of little cuts and you're just going to jump between a few shots, yeah, maybe try and rescue it a little bit, keep that nice blue look, so the sky actually looks real. It looks, you know, it looks nice and cool. It doesn't just look completely white, and it can just stop you having to waste some of your footage. There you go. As I said before, guys, try and get everything right in camera, use those ND filters, and hopefully this will save you a little bit of time. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you want more tutorials or anything like this, leave me a comment down in the descriptions and I'll see what I can do.